Okay, so today we have ourselves another spectating solos video. This one is back on Caldera. We did Rebirth last week. If you haven't checked that one out, I'd recommend doing so if you're a Rebirth warrior currently and wanting to try to increase your Rebirth gameplay. But today we are back on Caldera, so we're going to see what we have in store, see if anything's really changed up since the last time we were in here. Obviously, I've been playing on controller a lot lately, so that's a little bit different for me. But if there's something that you're trying to get better at, let me know down in the comments, and I'll see if I can't do something to help cover that. See if I can't find some ways to, you know, share my way too many hours played advice and, you know, help out. But thank y'all for checking it out. Let me know if you find this helpful, if you have fun watching it, and, you know, thank y'all for watching. I'll see you on the other side. Okay, and we are starting off, and of course we have to do the most fun part of this video for me, which is get it going. We're gonna let our friend Gravity, as always, help us out here on the start and get us to the gulag, where we're gonna do something silly, hopefully, and then we'll get to the spectating. Wish me luck on the fall. I'll see you down there. Just gonna hit straight to the water, you know. It's Caldera, it's tropical. We want to make sure that we go for a swim, at least if we're going out, right? Nailed it. Actually, I didn't realize there was anything underneath the water. I thought it was just gonna be a hard hitbox, but it's not. Okay, let's see how much we control this person on the way through.
It's time, soldier. Break 'em.
Whoosh. Oh, okay. Well, there you go. Got me good.
The enemy won this battle.
Okay. Let's see what No Mercy for the Wicked has to do here on this round. We are dropping in, it looks like, over here near Beachhead. Yep, over here near Beachhead, sub-pin. We have a southeastern circle. Looks like also is doing spectating. So, yeah, there you go. There you go. Straight over into streamer building. We have, let's see, Zamundio fighting in streamer building. Lots of people around. Caught one sleeping. Running around with a PPSH, replating and re-engaging. Hopefully here. Got to reload that. Currently good movement, good motion. Didn't check the corners well on that push, but is able to pull out the win on that one with the help of, it looks like it probably, I think that's a purple ground loop PPSH. That thing is insane. If you haven't tried to pocket one of those, I'd recommend it. It's very close to what would be considered a meta PPSH build. It looks like it has the oil can suppressor, Carver foregrip, 71 Nambu. I think that's the 8mm Nambu. It has the removed stock. I can tell that. It probably has just the removed, or the no barrel attach, or has no barrel attachment for it. Because it is purple, so it's missing three. Oh, it's missing what? One thing? So that one is, it has a sight, has a slate reflector. I think it has incendiary rounds on that one as well. So I think that one, only thing that one's missing, I think, might be the barrel. I don't know what the grip tape is because you can't tell it from here. Lot of sliding. Lot of sliding. Looks like a high sensitivity controller. High sensitivity controller. Probably is like me and hasn't completely figured out all the commands to do slide canceling. A heavy burn, about lost that fight just on the simple fact of heavy recoil on ADSing that PPSH. That one's made specifically for hipfire. ADSing with it too much is just gonna end up putting you in a bad spot. He's going for the hit. He clipped him with the vehicle, but was unable to. He clipped him with the vehicle. He got a white armor hit. That's a new one. He missed the first shot. He should have kept going, honestly. There was no sense in trying to return around on that one and fight. Chapito coming in for the win with just good gunfire through the vehicle. Claymore in the car. That's smart. If anybody tries to come in and land on that. I don't know if it'll trigger on a car, but it might. I know that the Bettys do. I don't know about the Claymores all the time. I think the Claymores do as well, though. But I think they have worse hitboxes comparatively to the Bettys. The Bettys are obviously going to pop up and hit every car, whereas the Claymore, I think, only does light damage to the vehicle. Flies in. as we were talking about before, flying in is great for mobility, but it kind of hurts as it gives away your position, especially in solos. Moving in as a full squad, you know, you can kind of cover yourself, cover your teammates as each of the individual players fall in. As a solo, though, you don't have that kind of flexibility. You kind of got to hit the ground and keep moving. It's always best that if you can, you need to land in an area which provides you the most cover if you're going to be flying in on solos. Whereas in, like I said, squads, you can land in all sorts of hodgepodges of places and take advantage of that. We did see him just purchase a UAV, which is smart. He did get shot at, but he did not see from where. Now he's attempting to, looks like, push down the player on the UAV. The player on the UAV knows he has been exposed by the UAV. So he's looking to try to position himself well. He has moved into the side building. He is sitting into a corner right now. Probably not the best way to do it. He should have taken, although I think he sees him running. Caught on the wall. Really didn't have a chance there. Didn't even get a chance to fire. DP20, MP40, pretty solid ground loot. Taking the throwing knife, or dropping the, thought he picked up the throwing knife. He swapped out for a heartbeat sensor. Heartbeat sensors getting nerfed back at the beginning of Caldera to where they ping every 6 seconds instead of 3, really kind of hurt their utility in the long run. But they do still work. They are still essentially a pocket UAV. And with the nerf to Ghost, you're going to see probably more usage of the heartbeat sensor as Ghost is going to see less gameplay. The requirement of movement for most players that are already going to be taking Ghost is going to be hard, especially if you are either, you know, a more passive player or a less experienced player. It's going to be hard to stay off the radar if you aren't aware of that change, or if you're not naturally more aggressive as a player. With the change to Ghost and the lack of aggression, you'll end up with a Chapito about taken out there really fast, flying in the air. Again, that was what I'm talking about with the balloons. As you come in on a balloon, you are heavily exposed. Our dude right here is currently 2 in this building. 3 on him, 3 dots on him, which means he is currently being hunted pretty heavily. He has taken the car. Not a bad turn. He did position the car away, so he didn't take any damage. He is driving directly into the other player that was shooting at him. He is in a hot spot, but Chapito is making his way out. He's done well. The problem with taking the vehicle is you are exposed, as people know when and where you jump out at. You can utilize that by sometimes baiting the vehicle. It does have the heartbeat sensor, so you can kind of get a direction of where people are at to try to reposition himself in this fight. Again, he does have the vehicle. He's quick. He does see the person behind him. Is he going to make the same mistake as the other person and drive straight at them? Was not a smart play. He should have kept moving. That was more aggression than necessary without proper positioning for it. MP40 come in for the win on that one. Headshots. Also took the heartbeat sensor. Leo here coming in with a heartbeat sensor on the DP27 and MP40. Again, solid ground loot. DP27 right now, essentially enough, taking precedence over the Bren for a lot of people. The DP27 is always one I've been saying right now that in the off chance that the Bren finally moves out of meta, the DP27 will move in. If you don't have the DP27 leveled up, I recommend doing so. It is a monster of a gun, and as you level it, the recoil gets less and less because obviously attachments. MP40, it has fallen out of favor as the MP40 is still weaker over range, which is what usually made it one of the go-to guns in the early sections of Caldera. It is not necessarily as strong as it was anymore. Yeah, he does notice that there's somebody above him, still checking the heartbeat sensor, but he knows the person's above him. Re-peeking from here is really a dangerous play. You just aren't going to want to do it. So that right there is the exact reason why you don't peek to the against the height player. You're exposed, full body and headshot, and the person above you is only chest and head. If you're a really good shot on keyboard and mouse, it is a bit easier. But if you're a controller player, try to shy away from those fights whenever possible. Pull back, reposition, re-engage, unless you're either a great sniper shot or you just have a lot more control than the average control player. Even keyboard and mouse, unless you have really good control, those fights are still extremely easy to lose, even against a less skilled or less experienced player. They just have more. They just have more on you. We see our Canadian friend coming in here, grabbing their loadout. We're looking at a Modern Warfare MP5 and a PKM. That is an off-meta loadout if I've seen one in a while, and I love it. He is not paying attention. There's a car moving down the street. It looks like this might be somebody. No. It looked like there was probably one of the people we were watching before coming back to try to get their gear, but no chance. They kept moving. So we currently have our Canadian friend here, MP5. This looks to be integral monolithic Merc foregrip, 45 round 9mm is what I'm guessing. Collapsible stock, and that looks like a tape, so probably like a stippled on it. It's an overall fast moving gun. Overall, really fast move. Oh, actually, that might be a attack laser. I'm trying to see here. Looks like it might be a tack laser. I see a laser on the side, and I don't see a laser going on right now, so I think it's tack. And then the PKM. Nope, no laser there, so that's just part of the gun, I suppose. MP5, still really useful SMG from the Modern Warfare era. Good movement speed, insane damage. Versus its Cold War counterpart, though, this one kills faster in a chest shot scenario, whereas the Cold War MP5 is better at the at headshots. If you're trading out body to headshots, Cold War wins. If you're trading out body to body, Modern Warfare 1 wins. So, and then head to head headshots, I think the Cold War one still wins. It's by only like 50 milliseconds, but that's generally all it takes for a win-lose situation, you know. Canadian sitting here with 5 kills. We see stuns and Simtex. Simtex are super solid now after buffs many moons ago of where they do actual damage now without having to stick to them. And the sticks also now down guaranteed, which they didn't used to when Warzone originally came out. We see movement in from airfield coming into power plant, and he does see a loadout marker on the ground. How he positions here is going to be really important because obviously that one has been down for a moment, so we know that they most likely have their loadout. He needs to position himself so that way he can catch the person rotating, unless aggression is on his mark, and then he just needs to hope that his aggressive push isn't putting out of position on this fight. This is solos, which means there is no teammates to buy you back, nobody to send you back in, and worst of all, if you put yourself out of position for one fight, you are out of position for almost every fight after that until you can, again, reassess where you're at and reposition yourself. In squads, you generally have somebody to cover you from different positions, making more of a foothold, but in solos, again, you don't have that advantage. So you need to consider not just the fight you're about to take, but the fight that you may have to take after it. Consider that a lot of times for if you're going to attempt to chase. We're going to see another, looks like balloon play here from Canadian. He does have a bit of a distance to make up as he needs to get into the northern section of Capital. If he doesn't get into the northern section of Capital, then he is going to be rotating on the low. And though it is effective over here, you do end up getting held out from high positions. Again, one of the fights you don't want to take. He did move into the, but he's put himself into a really hefty position. Can he make it with the PKM? He can. That was a whole lot of bullets between the both of them. We see Canadian taking the roof fight. I don't know if he knew he was there beforehand or if he just happened to be looking over there when the bullets were coming. PKM actually one of the strongest LMGs in the game right now. As it's, I think if I remember the numbers correctly, it's like 650 milliseconds for most 40-meter engagements, which is going to be 40 meters in pass, as a lot of the guns stop having drop-offs around 35 meters, and then you get into the final damage zones. So 650 milliseconds on the PKM, a gun that has great penetration damage and just great overall damage and large magazine count. It's really good for extended fight. I don't know if I would use it specifically in solos, as I feel like I might be a little bit too slow. But if you're a positional player and you're looking to try to take advantage of really hard to toe-to-toe against weapons, the PKM is actually really good. Smart play he made by there. He could have tried to go to the roof, but he knows the player has a sniper. He knows that the person can re-peek, and he knows if he's on that ladder when that sniper looks, there's a good chance he's down. So by repositioning himself out and away, that sniper is going to most likely still be looking for the roof play. but he's not going to be there, which is really good. He knows that's his big game bounty, or he should know that it's his big game bounty. And so by repositioning on that too, it gives him a second chance to re-engage here on his terms rather than on the sniper's terms. He's running around MP5 PKM, which means he does not have that one-shot sniper capability. And it is one of those things that you always have to worry about, especially in solos. I find that snipers are probably the strongest weapon you can have in solos, as the ability to start and end a fight instantly is invaluable. Good eye on the outside of the window there, catching the guy sneaking up on him. I'm not sure where he saw him, but he did see him. It was a great play, good shots, put him down quickly. Unfortunately enough, he is alerting his bounty again that he is not on that roof anymore. He's going to make it into zone close enough, as long as he doesn't get clipped by his sniper bounty right here. One of the things I've been seeing, there was a claymore on the floor. I hope he saw that. He's about to back into it if he didn't. One of the things I've been seeing a lot of people talk about on Twitter right now is the there's been somebody suggesting that they nerf snipers to no longer one-shot headshot at every range, and not to one-shot headshot actually ever at all. They're wanting a lot of people are actually asking for snipers to only do a maximum of 250 damage, leaving people at 50 health. Someone went up that balloon over there. Not sure if he saw it. I did see him head jerk for a second, so I think he saw it, but I'm not sure. He is currently moving in on the position. This person knows he's coming because he's the bounty. He knows he has to come up the stairs. This is a dangerous push. I don't think it's worth it for 40 seconds remaining. It might be better just to hold him out. But he's going in hoping that he can ego challenge this. Oh, he does have a 5-watt laser. I see it now. Clearing bathroom. Guy's mounted, and he does get it. Good play. That could have went really poorly. He does have mark on the person outside, down in the river. Can he? Oh, he does see him jumping. Okay, that's going to be a hard rotation out away from him. Where does he need to go here? He needs to get into Capital. He can see right now on the minimap there are 4 people in Capital, all of them holding different roofs. This is going to be hard. He's going to need to hope that it does not move into Capital and can stay on those cliff sides of the roof, or cliff sides above Capital. The cliff sides would probably be his best bet. He needs to probably rotate to the northern section of the circle, knowing he only has to hold out 1 person, but has to fight 2 by that buy box. As I was saying, there's people that are calling for snipers to only do a maximum of 250 damage to a headshot to remove the one-shot factor from Warzone. I'd like to hear how you all think about that. Do you all think the snipers are too strong, being able to one-shot headshot at every range, or do you think that that's the reward for being able to land those shots? You know, where do you all stand on that? Let me know. I would love to hear your opinions on these. That was a terrible move by the Rose Skin, as he had complete utter advantage on that, but he took a bad rotation. He had advantage. He had already partial damaged. He should have tried to hold that. He should have tried to hold it. Kill is down. Canadian moving in with a wonderful 9 kills so far right here. He does have the pings again because of the big game bounties. Big game bounties probably my favorite addition to Warzone bounties or Warzone, contracts, as I think that they are highly rewarding, and I think that they are far better than just the standard bounties. Honestly, I would be about them removing just standard bounties and just reducing all around bounties on the map and increasing the rarity of these. I feel like that they are highly rewarding, but they might be a little too heavily strong. But I don't think that the regular bounties really are very rewarding at all. So I think reducing the frequency of bounties altogether and increasing the reward for bounties would be nicer. I think bounties they're just too prevalent. There's not really a lot of use for most of them. The King bounty almost never gets really used for the real reasons, except for to drive around in a vehicle and to get money. Recon bounties are generally very rarely used. There's wonderful people like Soka Love that are very good at using them, but most people don't. The buy station one, not a lot of people use it unless they're falling from behind. Most of the bounties I don't feel like are very useful, but the big game bounties I feel like is a good return. He saw a person here. He knows there's someone on this roof. If he goes up this ladder, he's going to die for free. This was an exact moment of not paying attention to what information he earned. There's always going to be campers. Always. There's always going to be campers. And he just lost one. 3 kills. Very little effort required to make that happen. He lost it. He took the rotation up there that wasn't necessary. He pushed the ladder where he saw someone on the... He should have seen the person on the on the 2 different UAVs that he had. That was just an example of being a bit greedy on pushing kills. Would I have done it? Probably. I would have probably died to the exact same thing because I am stubborn. But I know that. And maybe he knows that. But realistically, that was an unnecessary loss on that fight. It was unnecessary. But, okay, now we are watching Nash here. His loadout dropped below. It looks like he's rocking an M13 with a... I think that's an operator grip. It looks like an operator grip. He's running a stable car. I love it. I love that's a Vanguard stable car. Modern Warfare M13, Tempest barrel, monolithic, operator foregrip, 50-round mag, and the... That looks like the Stalker Scout, I think it is. It's the stability, aim stability stock. Okay. This guy did trade his high point early. I'm not sure why, but he did. Realistically, if he's going to have moved from there, his best bet would have been to continue his way towards a higher section on this. Right now, he's on a low section, which means everybody above him, which is almost the entire server. He doesn't know that, but almost everybody on the entire server is above him on the circle.
10 remain.
Anybody who pushes down is going to have to come down to him anyways, which he's in a bad position because he can get shot from above. This right here is not really a good hold. It'd be one thing if the circle was coming down the hill to him, but with the circle going up the hill to him, he's put himself in an exposed position. There is a sniper on the hill there that he might not have just saw. And right now he's pretty exposed. He might actually even have his head available to that sniper if that sniper has even just a little, if he noticed him. I don't know if the sniper saw him either. This is a hard hold on this corner. I don't think it's the right play. It could work out, but strategically, I don't think this is the right play, as I don't know where he can really go from here. There is a zip line up here on the side. If this pushes up the hill, he is fighting 100% uphill. And as our conversation earlier goes, you never want to be fighting up the hill, as the difference in hitboxes are just insane. And as we can tell, circle's going uphill. And like I was hoping, it is ending right here on these cliff sides. So that means the team that was holding up at buy station, or the player that was holding up on buy station, is in the technical advantage. Let's see if Nash can make this rotation through the stairs without being fried. Now there is a good chance. Oh, he is getting sniped at. Do we know where from? We know there was one on the cliffside beside him. I don't know if that shot came from low or if the shot came from up above him. Heartbeat sensors. Oh man, seeing so many of them, and that's an explosive round, and he's dead. Combat bow. Just walked up behind him. Looks like a Diamante. Yeah, looks like a Diamante, I think. Diamante and Renetti's two of the strongest guns in the, two of the strongest pistols in the game right now. That one has the cherry blossom, so that makes it a Diamante. Diamante's able to two bursts to the head at like 5-7 meters. Nope. Uncool. That is a lot of damage. We've got our specially named player here, Lana, coming in with... Was that a sniper and a Diamante? I didn't see. It was probably a Swiss, because that seems to be what every sniper wants to run right now still. Okay, Lana moving up the line. Dangerous play. There's a Betty. Busted. You can't be moving those lines like that, especially late circle. One of the last major patches, they buffed Bettys and Claymores. Yes, it is a Swiss. It's got a weird build. It is running, it looks like, one of the special stocks, which not a lot of people run on those things. It does give better strafe movement though, and I mean, you've got movement for days with a Diamante. The thing is insane. That looks like the Raider stock, I think. I don't know. I can't tell from here. We have 4 people remaining, so Lana and 3. We need to see where the circle is going to go here. On this house, while this house is a good position to have, because of protection from the outside. It's a terrible position to have because most of everybody's going to want to fight for this building. One of the best places you can be is slightly to the outside of it here. He's attempting to go up the line again. It is 1v1. We heard the gunfire up the hill. Can the person collect on this, though? That circle is still in. That cliffside is still in. He doesn't... Did you see him? Oh. So now here's where... Nope. Mugen coming in for the win with that headshot. Again, fighting uphill into sniper fire. You just have to be so much better to win it. And unfortunately enough, positioning was not in their favor. Choosing to ego challenge those high points. That right there is probably the biggest takeaway from this video. Unless you are just significantly better, you are frequently going to lose those high point to low point engagements if you're the low point. Always look for new ways to re-engage those fights, opposed to attempting to push in and fight them unnecessarily. Well, okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank y'all so much for watching it. I appreciate y'all. Let me know if there's more things you want to see, more things you want me to break down. It was an honor to be here. Leave me a comment if you enjoyed it or if you have any more questions, and drop a like if you enjoyed the video. I will see you all on the next one. Until next time, ladies, gentlemen, and everyone else, peace.